Hi everyone, this is Jamie. I look very cursed, but unfortunately the most cursed item in my household, which is currently a printed picture of Trent Reznor in a red robe, is somewhere in this room and I can't find it. So maybe I should sleep with one eye open. Anyway, I kept thinking a lot about binary genders, and even when it comes to non-binary, you still have a wonderful box. And the problem is, it's like, I feel like these days it's a lot, maybe from my perspective or from what I see, it feels a lot like, what is your degree of femininity? Or like, oh girl, this is so feminine. Or like, femboys, femgirls. But I still feel like the pillar of measurement is femininity. And I haven't been told to my face obviously because I'm a trans guy, and I make it very clear that I am the furthest away from femininity. But I still kind of mingle, or rather toy, play with the things like makeup, different items of clothing. Like, for fuck's sake, I'm wearing a dress right now, but I'm not gonna stand up because I'm a lazy fuck. But it's all about how far are you or how close you are to femininity, and it's seen like this pillar of justice, of measurement. And I'm sick of it. I understand that we've got a problem where the world doesn't listen to us. The world doesn't listen to me, the world doesn't listen to you. And sometimes in the darkest days, I just wake up and I'm like, my voice is nothing. With the fact that uh, all this time when I was absent, I've been a narrator for a few things, so people listen. But at the end of the day, if people think that feminism is the pillar, I won't change their minds. And neither will you change my mind about feminism. Like, I try to learn, I try to understand, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna say feminism is shit. You're gonna go home and you're gonna say, I love feminism, and that guy was talking bullshit. And the problem is, because our lives are so different and our roads are so different, our education is different, and we will go forward with the knowledge we have, the knowledge we want to believe in. And it's really deep inside our core. Like, for instance, I'm studying psychology, and I got a comment once saying that you think like a psychiatrist. Like, you're thinking about a disease and sorry, the I study in a foreign language, so for me it's really hard to translate from things which I hear, and then I have to translate them like God knows how many times in my head. So you think about the mental illness as a mental illness as a whole, but we're talking about the symptoms. And I find it hard to do that in life in general. And this is where I'm a hypocrite, where I put something in a box, but I criticize the other boxes. So it becomes a sort of play even. Where do I start? Where do I end? Where do you start? Where do you end? Which brings up to the question which I'm pretty much talking out loud and thinking out loud. what is male and what is female? Where is transmasculine? Where is transfeminine? Where's the performance? Where's non-binary? Where's agender? And the more I go forwards with my transition, the more my voice changes, the more hair I grow. I just recently had to do a trip, so I had to shave. So right now I'm like in the phase of growing everything. So basically, and I started thinking a lot about my own gender and about who I am and how I want to represent myself in the world and in a world where I'm invisible. But at the same time, people say, I understand that more people are more invisible than I am because I come. I don't like this question, but okay, fine. Let's talk about it a bit. Yes, I come from a position of some privilege, but then you go and you'll say, and I'll say, other people have more privilege than I do, and they abuse it. While the people who have less privilege than I do will say, I have more privilege, or the people who have more privilege than I do will say, I have more privilege. So in the end, we've all been infighting. Like the other day, I was walking. I'm trying to keep this as anonymous as possible. So there was a poster which was like, everyone's welcome besides cis men. I was like, well, what if I just remove this makeup? What if I don't show up with my partner? Or like, even if I show up with my partner, because I'm very cis passing, it's just that I don't like that. I kind of like to be cis passing, but I don't like to look trans. Very, in quotes unquote. I like being me. I don't want people to think what's in my pants. I don't think people to think what will I have in my pants in the next month, in the next 6 months, in the next 3 years. I don't care. I want people to see me. So basically, it goes to, so what if I show up at that party? And what, I need to take someone with me to say that I'm not a cis guy? And this is like trans feminism, whatever bullshit party. I'm sorry. It's just that I've tried censoring myself in the past and sugarcoating feminism here and there. But fuck it. I don't like it. I don't have to prove myself to anyone. It's damaged me. It was the reason I didn't come out. It was the reason I was abused. Why do I have to think that women are superior? We're all people. We're all shit. You know? So, what I wanted to say is that it's stupid to point fingers at one gender. I'm pointing fingers from my experience, which was quite traumatic. And I don't know what the experience is of the organizer, but it's fashionable, it's trendy to hate on men. Like, what if a cis guy wants to go there because, I don't know, his moms are lesbians, or his partner is a trans woman, or because he's a gay guy who comes from Eastern Europe? People don't think about that. People just label cis men bad, Well, yeah, I do the same. Feminism bad. So you can call me hypocrite. Go on. But at the end of the day, we have to be accepting. What do you say behind closed doors? And what do you really believe? And let's be honest, we are all very hateful inside. You have to keep it behind closed doors. You can't go around spitting shit and singling out a certain group of people just because you have an issue with it. Like, I don't go towards women saying, hey, you're a piece of shit. I don't. I learned to forgive, but never forget. So, when it comes to such sensitive issues like these, you can never exclude someone from a party just because of anything. And if you do, there's a good expression in Russian. Russian. You can't take the argument out of the house, and you are. So fuck off and face the discourse.